Hey, I'm Anton. I've been doing cash pay medical practice marketing for a decade, and in 2025, my select personal clients did 87 million in revenue. In these audits, I review a practice's lead generation and lead nurture process so I can give actionable feedback to improve the business and, more importantly, the owner's quality of life. Today, I'm reviewing Natalie Hormone Health, a hormone optimization practice in Pensacola, Florida, led by Natalie Steenerson. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. She's a nurse practitioner and a certified menopause coach. If you know the owner, feel free to share this with them. And if you'd like me to audit your business, as always, send me a DM on Instagram and we will add it to the queue. So, quick overview before we dive in. This is a brand new practice. I believe they're about 2 months in. This practice was actually referred to me by my coach, Julie. So I reached out to Natalie, spoke to her briefly. The owner has just recently branched out on her own to start a new practice. So congratulations, Natalie. I hope this is useful for you. Starting your own business is terrifying. Most people never build up the courage to do it. Hopefully this is helpful. So a quick strategic overview for a hormone clinic, because I love these businesses. This is a recurring cash pay revenue. HRT for women will be your front door. TRT for men, you'll get the women to bring their partners in. You've got weight loss, peptides, pellets every few months, memberships you can bill monthly for. I love that stuff. And it looks like you already include labs in your visit, which is exactly right. The job is to get more people into the top of the funnel and convert the one-time weight loss or peptide buyer into a long-term hormone membership patient to bring up the lifetime value, the total amount that that patient spends with you over time. That's what allows you to acquire less patients and spend more money on marketing, acquiring the exact patient you want to bring in. That's what also makes these practices very scalable and sellable, because the revenue compounds on memberships every single month. So eventually you can put another mid-level in to see the patients and you get your time back, which is the whole point of working for yourself anyway. So one more strategic note, and it's a big one. The name of the business, Natalie Hormone Health, it's the business owner's name, and that's great for trust, but like slightly dangerous for resale and time off if the whole thing stays dependent on the business owner. So year one mission is to build assets that earn patients while you sleep. So like they can come in for you, but I would make a conscious effort to try and build systems and assets that allow you to educate people without it being completely dependent on what you said yourself. So like build educational content on YouTube, build educational content on your social media, maybe make like a menopause course if you don't have one. You want to have assets that educate your patients so it's not all dependent on you educating them yourself, because really you want to indoctrinate these patients into your system. And as you've indoctrinated them, they will trust you to go and see your other mid-levels. That's how you can kind of curve against that. So as always, we are going to start with a secret shop of the website. I've Googled the provider's name here, the business name, Natalie Hormone Health Pensacola, and I am going to navigate into the website. So let's do this. Let's open link in new tab. Let me get set up here. So first thing that I noticed is this goes to Calendly, which is great. This is like your front door. This is really where you want your people to go. Complimentary 15-minute consult. We do this at New Level Wellness pretty much the same way. And we actually have enough volume that we can ask for a credit card on these. So once you get enough volume, Natalie, I would add a credit card into this and just make sure that people are showing up, especially if you're doing these yourself, which it looks like you are right now. Your time becomes more and more valuable as you have more and more patients on your calendar. So I would add a credit card just to hold the appointment slot. And then there's some really good messaging on that. You can go to New Level site. The messaging that we have in place here, I've tested. I've run a lot of traffic through this specific booking page. There's some messaging on here about how to get people here. Booking your appointments free, $0 up front. We just need a credit card and file to hold your spot. Don't worry, you won't be charged unless you skip your appointment or cancel. Less than 24 hours in advance. If that happens, $100 fee. This works really well for us. I've tested that a couple different ways. So as you get more volume, I would check that out. So I don't want to schedule on your calendar because that would take up your time and that would be disrespectful. So I'm going to leave that as is. But I also was navigating around a little bit and it looks like I can go to the contact page here. So I'm going to submit one here and see if I get a call. I want to give you a fair chance. So let's say I'll do Les Brown and I'll do my email because you probably won't recognize that. What brings you in? Let's do men's CRT. Telehealth anywhere in Florida. Nice. So you're statewide licensed. That's good. You're ready to serve statewide through your Calendly probably. If you had any other Alabama or Georgia licenses, you can just go to imlcc.com. I don't know if you've looked into it or if your medical director is going to have those state licenses too, but just cool thing. So this got sent, no redirect to another page. That's something I would just kind of be aware of. All right, so we submitted that. It is 12:58 p.m. My brother FaceTiming. That's funny. And we're 5 minutes into the call. So let's see what happens. Let me take my phone off of Do Not Disturb, and let's see if I get a call. Moving on. I like that opt-in form. I would redirect it slightly differently. I would have it actually go from, I would have book your appointment, go to the contact form here. And then after they submit this, I would make this redirect to this Calendly page. That way you're capturing people who are ready to book and people who are not yet ready to book. It doesn't really add any more friction, just like one step. And then you can like use sticky contact to autofill the next step. And that's just a way that I would capture all leads and not just some leads, not just people who are ready to book. So let's go back to the Google My Business. Let's check this out. Moving on here. So for a brand new business, you've got photos, you've got reviews, 5 stars, you've got some posts going on here, which is fantastic. Looks like you're pretty consistent with the posting too, every couple days. These are great. Keep it up. No real notes here. I did have one. This is set to Women's Health Clinic in Pensacola, Florida. That would generally seem like, what the heck? Half my patients will be men. However, I found that if you focus on getting the women, the men will follow without even trying. Also, you're a menopause coach based on what I saw on the site. So I actually think that this is the right play for you. I think that this is fantastic. I would like double down on that because gynecology historically ignores hormones. And I think that Women's Health Clinic is probably going to fall into the gynecological bucket. And I think that you'll probably get a lot of the women who are fed up and frustrated with the traditional women's healthcare system. I actually love that for you. That's like great. Also, brand new business, great job. AI search pulls from these reviews that you've got here. So keep that up. Skeptical about HRT, that's incredible. Lab work, HRT, incredible. HRT, incredible. Like if you're watching this, oh, that's funny. Julie, this is who referred me. Sorry. If you're watching this and you want to know what you can do to get ranked in AI search better, this is what you can do. You want your reviews to mention the service that you actually received with the practice. This is incredible because AI, like if you search best hormone replacement therapy doctor in Pensacola, AI search is going to go check the reviews and it's going to see that the reviews mention that they performed HRT. Like incredible. That is so good. Great job, Natalie. Keep it up. Moving on to the appointment on the website, onto the website here. Let me close this, keep us organized. I got a couple things open here, services. So you have this really cool button here. I love that. I have my phone on dark mode all the time. So I think this is super cool. I really like that. Great job. I like the Calendly booking process. I like the feel of the site. It appeals well to your ideal patient who is moms with kids. Like that is so good. I would do one thing. I would add a click to call in the header. A lot of your traffic is going to be mobile. So I would just give them the option to call. I would put a phone number up here on mobile and just make sure that they can call. It's an easy win for you. The blog. I would get active on your blogging. I know it's a new site. I forgive you. Like you've 2 months into business. Articles and blog here. I would get active on the blogging. You got a couple in here. I would get pretty aggressive on these, and then I would link your blogs to your Google My Business posting, which it seemed like you were pretty active on. That's incredible. Keep that up. Service mix, just overview of the services that you're offering. Service list is excellent. Ideal patient is already pretty clear, both men and women. Unlike a lot of clinics, you're not like confused about who you serve, and you're not trying to offer like a ton of different med spa services. You don't have like Botox, laser. And if you can stay focused on this, I think you can build a really lean, profitable practice. That's fantastic. On the pricing thing here, personal preference, I don't really love putting pricing on the website. I think it allows people to make a decision based off the price and price alone. And I think people disqualify themselves based off of the price that they read. And in some situations, I've seen it commoditize your service. I would personally rather choose to meet with me to learn more about our pricing than have it public facing. It could be a great internal tool, but personal preference, I don't love pricing on your site. Also, on pricing, here's what I've seen work best. Now, if this is working for you and you're confident in it, keep doing it. Ultimately, the pricing that you're confident in is the pricing that's going to work best right now. It's going to help you close the most. but here's how I've done it, and it's worked really, really well for us at the clinics we've done it in. I helped Kayla Milano, Heal MD, go from 25 grand a month to 200 grand a month in 14 months with this exact presentation of pricing. So here's how we do it. Patient calls in and we tell them it's $300 for the lab work. The patient pays the clinic for the labs, and the clinic sends a lab requisition to the patient to go get their labs done. We, the clinic, collect money for the lab order only on the phone, and we schedule the initial consult 2 weeks out. We're going to send that lab requisition to the patient, and we let them know, hey, the initial consult is just $300. We're going to do a 1-hour lab review and goal setting symptom addressing with you. And then at that consultation, we'll make recommendations on the programs. At checkout, they've only paid $300 for the labs so far, and they're about to pay $300 for that initial consultation at checkout. They can choose. They can either just pay $300 extra for the initial consult, or same day incentive. They can use that $300 towards getting started on any program they would like. This offer goes away if they don't get started the same day. Most will choose to get started if it's medically appropriate. So your first month is going to look like $300 a month or $350 a month or something. I think you've got, here. So I would increase that a little bit. I would include meds in there, and I would include 15% off peptides as well. It's just a great incentive to get people to buy from you again. So it looks like you're keeping meds out. So if you do all-inclusive pricing, if you include the cost of medications in the membership itself and order the meds for them, it actually creates a higher perceived value, and they understand what they're paying for the membership for. They're paying the membership for you to handle their refills for them and them to not have to worry about it. And the transaction is tied in their mind to getting access to the medications. So it's just a little bit better presentation of pricing. And I've enrolled quite a few people doing it this exact way. So here's just on the screen. I'll show you exactly what I mean. This is how we do it. And I've got a couple short form videos on this as well. $300 labs, collect money for lab order over the phone, send lab requisition, $300 initial consult, make recommendations on the programs at checkout. They can pay $300. That's like my favorite way to do it. And then this is like my ideal value ladder for yours and the way you've got it set up. This is like your front door, free 15-minute consult. And then ideally from that, you're selling people into $300 labs, $300 consult. If not, you can just sell them right into peptides or weight loss from that free 15-minute consult. And then you've got people getting started right now, like same day on weight loss meds or peptides. And then from there, from your labs and your consult, you're upselling people into your TRT, HRT memberships. And then you're offering incentives on the whole deal, basically 15% off almost everything you offer your practice. That's my favorite way to do it. And I've seen that work exceptionally well. A little bit more on the notes here, just in your service mix and helping you tone in your messaging here a little bit. I always think about this message market media in this way. Instead of going, I want to run Facebook ads. Who do I target? What do I say to them? I always think about it as, what do I say to my patients? Who do I help best? And then who can I help best with that message? And then I say, where does that person consume media and how do I get my message in front of them? So your message, I would really focus on women right now. Personally, there's a massive gap since the FDA said HRT is cool again, and gynecologists dropped the ball on this big time. My messaging would be all about menopause. JoinMidi.com has built a massive business around this, and they're exclusively focused on like perimenopause and menopausal women. Your market, moving into message market media here, the market is women 30 to 60 years old, locally especially. It seems like you've got a little bit of local clout, which is awesome. But there's nothing stopping you from treating women statewide in Florida. So I would be aware that you're going to be on search a lot. Media, here it is. Generally search-based. These women are researchers. They want to understand their symptoms. They're trying to figure out why the heck they feel this way. I would do organic search. I would do YouTube search. I would do AI search. That's going to be your best way to long-term invest your time. And depending on your budget, you could run Google ads to a women's hormone quiz. I will show you a quiz that I'm running right now that is crushing it. This is one I'm running for Light Medical in Minnesota. Your symptoms aren't in your head and they're not just menopause. Start your protocol and they go through this quiz. And we are just printing leads right now with this on Google ads. And you target women that are looking for menopause solutions, hormone testing near me for women. And you can push them all into this funnel and they kind of qualify themselves or disqualify themselves. And then you book them straight to your Calendly discovery call after this. It's working very well. So depending on your budget, running ads could be a good idea. Close this one too here. Let me get back to where we were. Depending on your budget, ads could be a good idea if you want to go a little bit faster. But I would personally spend time making short form video content. TikTok too is a fantastic place for women. Anything that you write in your captions on TikTok videos, short form videos, anything you write in your captions on short form YouTube, anything you write in your captions on short form Instagram reels, those captions are what get picked up by AI search. So make sure that you're doing subtitles, number one, and doing long captions. Those are like the best things that you can do to get picked up in AI search. Let's transition a little bit here. We're going to look at location and competition. So I have my little audit here. It looks like there's plenty of people doing hormone related stuff, but everybody seems to be focused on men. It seems like the big opening for you in your immediate market is focusing on women. And that's like, you're a certified menopause coach, and that's a position that you can really own. And the franchises like Game Day and anything else in the area can't really compete with that. You have this like kind of local feel to you that I think you should be able to crush it, leaning into menopause, leaning into women, leaning into your local sense of community here. Moving on to SEO. So technical structure on your site is really good. Your schema is good. Your titles, your meta descriptions are good. Single H1 tag per page is good. Your robots text is clean. Everything's allowed. All the GPT bots, chat bots can crawl it. That's fantastic. The sitemap only lists 10 pages though. And I would probably get a little more active on your blogging. If you had a blog strategy outline moving forward, I think that would be a good investment of your time. So just like kind of net overview on your SEO is that the plumbing is right. Like the foundation is set up perfectly. You're 2 months into your business, you're crushing it. There's just nothing, there's like no water flowing through the plumbing yet. So start publishing some real content. That'll help you quite a bit. And with the foundation you've got set up, you should go pretty fast. You should rank quickly. Here's a big opportunity I found. I Googled you and I understand that you previously worked at this other clinic. And what I would do, I would get them to take you off of their website pretty swiftly. Anybody who Googles you is going to end up on that site. And look, if I'm them, I'm just probably not going to send the patient to you, regardless of any relationship you may have with them. I'm sure you left on great terms, but just realistically, I probably wouldn't. So I would get off of that site and get them to move your content and information off their site sooner than later, unless there's some crazy relationship I don't understand. That's the big opportunity there. We want anyone who is searching you to end up on your website. So maybe what you could do is you could just bid on your name. Honestly, if you wanted to make sure that you got everybody that was looking for you, you could just run Google ads strictly for your name. Just bid on Natalie Steenerson and make sure that all those people end up on your website. You wouldn't spend a ton. You'd spend like, I don't know, maybe $100 a month. And you would make sure that everybody who searched your name ended up on your website. I didn't see any other ads. I didn't see any Google ads. I didn't see any Facebook ads. I'm not going to tell you to burn your cash on hand on ads right now. I would do this to accelerate getting patients right now. I would get into some moms groups. I would like Facebook groups. I would start getting in Reddit groups, TikTok stuff like Pensacola Moms. And I would start doing some menopause talks at some local gyms, do some local events, get out to the farmers market on the main street in Pensacola on weekends. Anything you can do local community and double down on the experience that you have and the people who already know you, that's going to help you massively right now. Your word of mouth is your biggest asset. And then PS, bridal events are excellent. You can get the weight loss patients at them and you can get the moms as well, which is like your ideal patient mix. Women who are premenopausal and then menopausal women are like, that's where you want to be. Social media, your business is brand new, so I'm not going to pick on this too much. But long story short, you're already posting on Google and you're already writing well. I would point that same effort at short form video and then the blog and then the Google posts and the Facebook and everything will start to link together. You'll create this awesome flywheel. But long story short, how I would do it, I would get AI to help me writing written content. And then while it's writing the written content, I would get it to help me use that same content to create short form video hooks. And then I would use all of that together to link to each other. And I would make sure that your Google My Business posts are linked to your blogs and that I would link back to your blogs from your social media posts as well. That's something it'll be cumbersome to set up, but once you've got it flowing in a system, it'll be massive for you. I have not received a call yet. My wife is asking me if she took her vitamins this morning, but no, I have not received a call from the website yet. I'm not going to inbound call the practice. Natalie's my friend. I'm not going to pick on her about inbound calling her business. But Natalie, if you don't have a CRM set up, and it looks like that you don't, because I haven't received an automated text and I have not received an automated email yet, I would set up a CRM. Go High Level is a good CRM I would recommend. You want all of your Calendly booked appointments going into there. You want all of your website appointment requests going into there. You want all your inbound calls going into there. That way, when somebody else steps in to handle the sales process for you and start booking appointments for you, you have a system in place and you have a history of how you communicate with patients so that that person can step into a system rather than stepping into a mess and having to build a system for you. So I got a couple action items here just to summarize. I hope this was helpful. But positioning and messaging, I would double down on menopause big time. I would continue serving men, but allow women's hormone health to become the primary marketing message. We talked about that a little bit. Add a click to call on the website. Embed the Google map on the contact page. I actually missed that one. On your contact us page, the Google map is not embedded down here. It's actually broken. So little opportunity for you there. Let's go back in here. Add social media links in the footer to strengthen credibility and authority. Looks like you were missing social links in the footer of your site. So easy win for you too. Current blog structure, begin publishing content regularly. We talked about that quite a few times. Consider simplifying the lead capture process. I talked about that a little bit. Get the leads, the opt-ins, and the schedules by adding a appointment booking form before your actual appointment booking page. Content and SEO, I've hammered that quite a few times in this video, but I'll leave this here just so you can kind of overview it. Patient acquisition, I think this is probably where you're going to be focused the most right now. I would continue plugging into the local community stuff. That's going to be the most cost-effective way for you to get new patients right now. Speaking opportunities locally is going to be great for you. Explore local events. And then as your marketing budget grows, I would consider testing search-driven campaigns focused on menopause symptom assessments or educational quiz funnels like the one I showed you. The pricing presentation, I think, is going to be a lever that you can definitely pull right now and automatically decrease churn of patients. There will be no confusion about why patients pay you. The payment structure, the pricing structure that I outlined previously in the video is going to be the best one for you. Keep posting on Google My Business videos or Google My Business posting. And then if you can't get the other business to remove your stuff on the site, I would bid on Natalie Steenerson on Google because you want to own that keyword. You want anybody looking for you to end up finding you. Prioritize YouTube search. We talked about that. And then automated text and email responses for all stuff. The CRM is probably going to be a big one for you. Feel free to reach out to me if you'd like me to get you set up with a CRM account. But Natalie, I hope this was helpful. If you're just watching this for the first time, if you found me on YouTube here, if you'd like me to audit your business, send me a DM on Instagram. And thank you for watching.